Hello everyone, let's start to play. 3+2 I think is okay. I'm waiting for your challenges. Send me challenge and let's start to play. I will explain you something and I will help you improve your chess, okay? So stay in my channel and let's start our first game today. We have Sicilian defense on the board, so we can play against it Elephant Gambit, okay? Elephant Gambit is a really good opening against the Sicilian defense. We are getting really good at center there. And I think we need to go f5 or not. Or b5 can be moved also. So I'm trying d6 check and forcing him to take. So after this trade, just he can't castle, okay? Let's check. If he takes, just here can't be any threat. Okay, he's not taking. There is a threat. If I take with a check, okay, and this. I am not sure I can take the bishop if not, because check here, and this should be okay. Because if you check one more time, just his bishop will be hang. I will take that. Knight check. Ah, okay. That was a threat, but anyway. Let's check and probably bring the knight. I would be happy if I can just try to kick this queen and take the bishop on f4, on f2, sorry, but also knight d4 can be moved. If this check, okay, my queen will be hang or not. Not sure. Let's. What if take this pawn? Rook d8, and I'm not sure. We don't need to open that because our position isn't that much good. Our king is in the on the center, but I believe he can't do anything there because all that squares are really good defended. I'm a little bit worried about d4, but anyway. Let's bring the bishop out. This should be hang, but not a problem. Rook d1, we are getting fast activity in position like that. Let's go back, still this okay. I will bring the bishop. Let's not hang anything, and also c2 is defended. He can't jump, so bishop c4 or not? Because that should be under attack. If he moves the bishop, that should be under attack. I believe he's not threatening anything. What if bishop d3, because just bishop b2 he could take, and that should be mate. I have to take with a king, so I don't like that king takes move, but anyway. Okay, I closed that queen not hitting c3. Very bad. I just missed that, you saw? I believe we need to trade and rook f1 or not? f7 is a little bit not protected. I will try to bring the queen, but I'm gonna say his king isn't the best in the best square because that's blocking the rook on h8, and also I can create some attack there. Just queen f3 or f4. Okay, I could even just queen b8, but because now he's defending, that shouldn't be like how I said, okay? And I haven't even open check to take his queen. Let's bring king safety and also bring the rook, for example. Okay, what I missed. His knight was very tricky. I thought that squares were defended. Very bad. Let's play Sicilian defense there. d5, let's trade. Okay, let's overprotect this d5 pawn. Somehow he needs to take that, because if that d5 pawn weren't just, his bishop will be very active over there. So I don't want even to go d4, because that's opening his bishop on this queen side of the board, but no problem. I believe bishop take, just or knight take, because if knight takes d5, just can't be any square that I would like to jump. Okay, his bishops are active, but I believe not a huge problem. He's trying to take the bishop, and after that just he will bring his knight on f3, just another way. Let's take with a knight to not being from this open check. Okay, all that squares are defended from the knight. Probably a5 could work, but anyway, let's not hang this pawn. And what if knight b4, because I'm trying to knight d3, and that should be under attack at his rook and bishop. I would like to take his bishop, because that's doing really great job in this diagonal, which I couldn't say about my knight when it was on c6, okay? I'm not sure he missed that or he just wanted to trade, but if I were black I didn't do that. Just let's bring the rook on this open d file, and I will try to attack on d2, probably because a file is open. I will try to bring it too. And bishop f6, this pawn is hang one more time, but the difference that his rook is hang on b2. So I'm having enough time to defend, probably b6. Now his bishop will hit so much squares on my side, but anyway, I believe not problem. Because that pawns are defended and my position is defended, I will say even a little bit active. Just his knight is doing great job to protect this pawn. I would like to attack there, but I believe I can't take yet. Okay, rook c8, the idea is I can bring the knight on c3. At the time I can't, but I'm seeing my knight is centralized, but it isn't doing anything. So what if c3? Probably a2. I'm not sure, but let's try that, why not? Even this d file is open for our queen, and we will see. This check won't give me something, just that should be tricky after some moves, so I will try to use that. And that's even can't be pinned, so let's wait until we need to do that and take something from there. Can I take? I will be up a pawn, but anyway, just let's be sure there is no any threat, because if he takes the rook, I believe this knight will be protected, okay, at the time. Okay, sorry, 1 minute. We can also take with a rook and then the bishop, because the knight will be defended anyway. That's defended. I would like to keep my bishop then trade. And even I can check. and bishop back, but not a problem. Even bishop back can work right away. Before is a little bit hanging pawn, I will say. Okay, he missed. You see, this open attacks. How much is important? I would like to take that before pawn and move my queenside pawns forward, because that should be two passed pawns, and when they are connected, that's actually really easy to win. Okay, let's play Vienna Gambit. Most players that they are not up 10,000 rating, that's a very tricky for them. And what you need to do to defend this g4 square, so he can't jump with his knight or bishop. That's why that's great. And d4 can happen. Because I sacrificed this pawn, but that's temporary, you know? He's trying somehow defend, but I believe he can't. What if a5? Because he's deactivating his knight on on h5. And what should I play? Probably a5 and trade, because I would like to jump with my knight on a5. I haven't any good square that there I can jump. So this pawn would be under attack, okay, and even my rook would do great job on that side of the board. How I said, let's take with a knight, and f4 is completely hang. Knight will take. And how I said, he just lost some moves to protect f5 pawn, which I sacrificed, but almost all that position, that's temporary. Okay, that's pinned. How this can be? Can I trap his knight or not? And even I could try to take this f7. Because rook takes, his queen will be hang. If king takes, just open jack, you know. Just I saw that a little bit late. That was the problem. But I will say our position is a really good, just our pieces is in a really huge activity over there. He's forcing me to go back, let's do that. Or not. Okay, I would like to bring this on a4, because somehow he can't attack on there, and you need to see all that weaknesses. His weaknesses is that square on d6, so I would like to jump there with my knight, and even if we trade, no problem, just my pawn will do great job there. And what if this? And anyway, I will try to bring the knight here. And also on c5 even can work, because his pawns will be hang b7 and a6. Why I'm saying a6? Because if he push that pawn forward and try to defend, just another pawn would be hang, you know? Probably he is trying to trade this. I would like as black to trade this knight, but anyway, that's not a mistake. That won't protect anything, okay? b3 would be hang, so I would like to protect them that somehow, but probably I don't need. If here sacrifice the pawn, can I trap his knight or not? Just back a1. Let's calculate this. You know, I'm not sure about that. But when we try to protect, that should be cost a move for me. Okay, but if he takes rook c4 and his knight will jump on a1 to protect, otherwise he will lose that knight. So I would like to do that. I would lose a pawn, probably I couldn't even trap his knight, but Only way that I could protect this c2 pawn, just rook c1 could work at the time, you know? Rook c1, but there will be very bad placed at the time. Okay, let's attack on his knight and force him to go back. And that time probably, just I don't know, I would be happy if he trade the knights on d6, and I would try to use this passed pawn and make a new queen. Just let's see, can it work or not. b4, b5 can be really good move, but a6 and c6 will be weakness after that. So I did that for how I said, and c4 to undouble my pawns on that d file. Oh, that seems I blundered, okay. That was very bad, just one miscalculation. And you saw. How could even that happen? Just my rook trapped on the center of the board. Very bad. Okay, no problem, let's don't cry about it. Just you don't need to learn so much openings. You need to try to find the best move, which will help also your in the end game, because even you will be up a figure or pawns just in the middle game or opening. You need to be sure you can just use it on end games, because when you are even up a figure but your opponent plays very clever, he can even trade all that figures and make a draw or lose for you, okay? You need to bring your piece's activity to trick your opponent. That's the idea about chess. Even if you need to sacrifice a piece or pawn just for activity, try to go for it, but you need to try to defend your position, okay? Just sacrifice the time when your pieces are active and you can take something from them. So that's a little bit, I will say, can be inaccuracy, but I'm not sure. I'm trying to go g5 and make a trade just because I'm overextending a little bit my kingside. I'm also trying to have his kingside, and because my pieces are very active there, I believe there shouldn't be any problem about my king. And probably king h2 to defend also h3, because g5 that will be unprotected. But g5 right away, because if he takes, I will take with a check, and he just haven't enough time to do something about that. And how I said, his position isn't that active. Probably he needs to just go f5 and so on, but I will say that doesn't need to sacrifice anything. He sacrificed the knight for these 2 pawns, and I'm happy to see that, because I will say my figures is in a really attacking position over there, so that should be really hard for him to do something. Just I can defend that position with a very much figures, and also he didn't need to close this position. Because if he closed that position, just how can him pieces go forward, try to make a threat? Bishop back, because I'm up a figure, which is sacrificed to open my position. I would be happy if he tried some. Bishop g1 and queen f2, okay? Queen f2 and his pawn can't move forward. And because he closed his position, somehow his bishop on g7 just can go forward and try to attack there. You know, and even I have extra knight. I will try to jump on a3, attack on his queen, and push his pieces back, because I will say that's over attack there. Just he has 3 pawns, and we need to trade before we will reach end game. Another check. Okay, queen g2, just I like that move. And if we trade, that should be really good for me. Which he's not doing. He's forcing to take with my bishop, okay? But why he give that pawn to me? He can't take with a rook, otherwise I will be up a rook, okay? Just because I am up a piece. Where he could even just use so. Very bad played. Just I missed it. But anyway, I couldn't play any move. That was all forcing, okay? Not a problem, like our last game. Let's protect g4 and white back. And you need to understand what is opponent playing because knight back, that means he's trying to go f5. I won't say f6, just okay in his next move. I'm waiting for that, and he's trying to open his king side just for bringing really good attack on the center. So for that I need to attack on the center on his king side. And let's take with a pawn. And also when you are creating central pawns, you are doing half the job, you know? That's really crazy idea. Try to that all the time. Let's force him to go back, otherwise if he goes back, just that should be up a tempo for me. Okay, and because he went knight back to play f5, and because his position isn't that active, just he can't do that. That means I prevent him from go forward. That's what you should that positions like that. I am giving his dark square bishop activity, but also I blocked that bishop on b7. He probably can go a6, bishop a6, but because that will hit so much targets, I won't say targets, just squares, just can't be any problem, because his bishop just can't do anything, you know, if I bring all my pieces in defended squares. Let's bring the rook, and e5 is still overprotected from him. I would like to take that square with pawn a5 or not. Just his bishop is unprotected, okay? He's trying to push this pawn forward and try to trade my d5 pawn, attack on a4. Because he can create huge attack on a4. Just c6 or c5. I don't know if he's trying to close this position. c5 can work. Let's bring our knight on a4 because this pawn move won't work. He will lose one pawn on b6 after c6. So let's see what he will gonna play. But if b5, c5 will be a little bit weak. So I'm trying to weak that square. Okay, and because I'm gonna take and that won't help me, that should help him. That's why you don't need to take all that, because you can. Just don't do that. Let's wait until he will take, which he did, and now our knight is very well placed. See, he knows that his bishop was very disactive there, that's why he traded. He took a pawn from me, but my rook on 6th rank will do great job. Just a6 is hang, and also d6 is a little bit weak. So what if I try bishop f4? That should be a little bit hard for defend. Okay, just I would like to take this pawn, but if check, here bishop check, bishop f4 can work. My rook will be gone, you see? You saw how my rook would be gone because my king on h2 and my rook on d6, that should be pin. We don't need to take that. That's why you need to do that calculation before moving. And also a2 is hang. What should we play? Let's go bishop f4 and then I will take this pawn. His queenside pawns will be active there and passed pawn, okay, but my pawn is a little bit forward, so I will force him to think about my pawn. And I took with a bishop because that's attacking on his rook and he's losing a move. Just I'm forcing a move which you need to try to do all your games. Bishop a5, probably he's trying to trade to not run his rook. If I trade, I believe I will lose that. Not about bishops, just about queens and bishops. Because I can't just try to use this rook and to force my pawn go forward, okay? And when you have passed pawn and even when you are up a pawn, you need to just defend your queen and not trade, because when you have a queen, that's really good protecting that pawn and help your queen. When you are endgame, when your opponent has rook and pawn and you has only a rook, just not trade. But 90% of that games, that should be, drawn position. I'm not sure I did okay or not, just let's see. What should I play? Just if queen d3. I'm not sure what should I do. Well, we didn't play bad, but anyway, I think we just needed to defend that pawn from queening. I thought we should have active positions, and he is not, but that didn't happen. Okay, very tricky b4 move. Just we are playing Scandinavian defense, and why I like this opening. Because you are bringing your queenside figures forward and then long castle. And when you are castling long, just your rook is hitting on that d file. And if opponents play d4, just that should be really bad for him, I like to that in position like that. Let's go back, that was open attack on my queen. And knight c6. I'm up a pawn, I think his rook is... Why his rook right there, I'm not sure. Okay, bishop f5. I didn't see position like that. Okay, let's castle because d5 won't work. This should be pin. Did you see opening when his rook already on a3? But that should be a little bit easy for me to trap his rook, just what if this? Okay, I think he blundered his rook. Also, I don't know, but why he blundered that pawn on d4? Just because get out from that pin, but anyway. He prefers to lose this pawn. But I don't get it. Just he's giving the rook. That's why you don't need to bring your rook on that a3 in opening. He's gonna miss that all squares are defended. Just you see. And when you are even trying to bring your rook very early, just when some players are doing trying to mate from f7, you need to just be careful about that, okay? When you are bringing that pieces in that square, just be sure you are not gonna miss that, because that's very tricky. Opponent can't do anything you can't, because when you are bringing your knight or bishop forward, you can just trade with his knight and bishop, but because you are bringing the rook and queen on the middle of the board, you can just only trade, I'm saying about queen, with a queen, okay? And that means there is just can't be much squares for your queen. What if a5? Okay, he can take and a5 pawn back, but d3 would be hang. Okay, what is he trying to do? Knight b4, that's triple attack, only way a4 to defend that pawn, but d3 will be hang, and also knight c5 to attack on a4, which will protect d5, okay? He didn't even try to defend, but I believe from f7 he's trying to fork me. Okay, I can't defend, just very bad. What if c5? Oh no, his rook is defending. I have to move my rook. Rook a8, let's be sure, just he can't do anything else, for example c6 and so on. And f6, I will kick the knight, bring my bishop out. He is using that advantage to bring his pieces forward and defend something, okay? But when you are seeing a piece can attack on your pieces and make you some trouble, just kick that pieces, let them go back. d3 can't, just f3. And see, his knight could do very great job on my side, so I'm kicking that. Okay, he's not even going back. I think I can trap the knight like I trapped his rook, which he brought that e3 square, if you are remembering that. Just that 10th move of the game, and his rook was very active there. And how I said, I'm gonna take the knight, but rook a7, just because h7 will be hang. My rook will be hang, and that's why I can't take. Let's go h6. And then rook a7, okay? I will take the knight. Because rook a7, he will take the pawn, and my rook on g8 would be trapped. I believe I can't even defend after that. Okay, rook a7. His knight just can't jump anywhere, you see? And his time is getting lower. Okay, rook a7, my bishop won't guard the knight. Let's take this free pawn. I think this trade just can't help him to get somewhere, because even my queen were in d5, just I don't need to go rook a7 to get some trade. And also the other knight is hanged. That would be crazy if we take that, but anyway, I would like to see free that f8 square, because somehow, and rook a7, rook f8 won't work at the time. I'm gonna take his knight after this. Well, I believe we can take with a rook to also defend this c7, and rook a7 can work to double my rooks. Rook c1, just... Well, he resigned, he was down a rook, we didn't just took the rook. We won exchange and then the figure. Very well. We'll play French Sicilian defense. Just I like that opening because your positions are so good. Just see that bishop. I would try to take the knight and destroy his pawn structure. Bishop d2 I'm expecting. I was a position like that very much times. So see, his pawn structure is very bad at this time. a5, just because d5 will be overprotected, I will attack on there and GG. d6. Okay, he's forcing me to take, because if I not just, his bishop was also defending that square, but the difference is that now I can't castle. I believe very good played about that, you know. Queen c7 and c5 I will play, and castle. Because if it's not just winning the opening your king on the center, that's really hard to defend that. And his bishops are doing even a great job on my side. And he sacrificed the pawn on a5 also to destroy my pawn structure on the center, which is really good if you are playing just try to do that all the games. Bishop c5 because now I can't go forward and kick his bishop and castle, okay? He knows what he's playing. I'm expecting queen h1. If I were right, I would play that. Because h5 is h7 is a little bit hang, I will say. And you know, from h7, which figure is the main defender? The knight on f6. And because I went back to defend this c5 when my queen wasn't there, I will go back after castle. Let's believe can't be any threat. So probably he knows that won't work. He even didn't play that. Is this gonna work or not? I would like to play a4 and his bishop. I thought his queen wouldn't protect that. Okay, my rook is under attack. What if I think I can go a4. a4, if he takes the pawn, just his bishop on c5 will be hang. Very crazy move. You saw that? Just my rook is under attack, but I'm completely sacrificing that to take his bishop. And he make a threat, but I take the figure from there. Very crazy idea. What are you thinking about that? Okay, let's connect the rooks, because that's already, I will say, middle game. And we didn't bring it forward. He's trying to trick me. If I take free pawn from h7 check, and because my queen would be unprotected, I will lose that. And my bishop on b7 just will hit this nice diagonal. I can even try to bring my queen on g5. Okay, let's do that. g2 isn't very easy to defend, so g3 I think only move. And queen d5. Okay, even f3, why not? But the difference is that I can castle, check and take his pawn. He's also doing forcing moves. And if you are playing against someone, try to do that all your games, force him some moves. Because they are losing a tempo. So because I'm up a figure, I would like to just trade some pieces. I was trying that, okay? Just knight f4 just would be attack on his queen and bishop. Let's go back to defend also this pawn. I would like to make a trade, but that's still unclear. I think bishop d3, let's start that trade with a rooks. And rook b1. Our position is so good, probably we can even try to sacrifice the rook for his bishop. Because that's still not clear, how can I trade that bishop? I would like to go c4 and his bishop if moves, just rook will be hanged. That should be first trade, okay? And even his queenside pawns would be very weak. But queen is defending that. I will say his queen is doing really great job than mine. So I will trade the rooks or not. Because if I take b5 will be really good protectively for him. And maybe he can try to do some threats there. Just because he has so hang figures and also the pawn on a2. And you need to keep your eye on your opponent moves, because g5 just he will kick my knight and h6 will be hang. What if I go h6? Because g5 I will take that, but I don't like he will open that h file for him, you know, because he at the time maybe he can try to bring the rook and mate, which will be very tricky, and I will say that's really hard for defend. Okay, and how I said, I'm gonna forcing him trade, because if it's not just his rook will be hang. As white I didn't do that, you know. And even I will say his white square bishop is a really good 10 rook on f1. That's isn't doing anything if he just try to go open files, b file is closed and d file, I'm not sure. Just with his bishop he can do some might threat with his rook not. That was the difference. Let's take. Okay, g5 isn't threat like another time I said. Okay, sorry, 1 minute, I forgot about chat. Sorry chat, I forgot about that. Let's open this and answer your questions. Just I was playing Interchance game. Okay, let's not lose on time, our time is a loader. Where is the chat? Here it is. Well, let's answer your question. We are very close to lose on time and we lost. Not a problem. Hello everyone. Osama Mehieba. Well, send me challenge, just find me on chess.com and send me challenge. If anyone wants to play. Okay, that's still okay. I just used to be 2000 rated player. Just I can't even understand how I be like that so low rated. Bro, can you play Jopava London in next match? Well, I will play that, why not? Losing on point and time advantage. Not problem, bro, just, you know? A chess game, just a chess game. Just try to play chess with relax. Not just push all your nerves. I was trying to go knight b5 and try to take these pawns. Let's do that, okay? Now a7 is, I will say, protected by the knight, but let's don't forget about our bishop, but I'm afraid because this trade and b6. So am I gonna lose a bishop or not? I'm trying to calculate that. I think yes, because just see that knights weren't. Try to do in your mind. And b6 would work, you know, that's called Fischer's blunder. He blundered one game against Grandmaster. If I'm not mistaken, just in a championship. I would like to take with a pawn to kick the knight, but also my pawn would be undefended there, you know? Let's not take a risk. Our bishop is doing great job, so I would like to get that 7th rank, force him to go back on h8. And when you are playing with white pieces, try to keep your rook on that 7th rank, which now I'm doing. f6 is hang, just you need to see all that weakness that opponent has. And that's why we are trying to do. And my bishop will do great job on that c5, so let's jump there. Probably bishop a6, because c7 would be hang. Okay, see my position, I'm not even up a pawn, just that's really equal position. But because I have a really good two bishops advantage, I'm bulldozing his position, right? And a6 is hang, he's protecting, but c7 is still unprotected, and he can check and even break his rook on second rank. That won't be just hard to play, you know? My bishop will protect, but because my rook is... See what is this he's doing in this position. I can even attack like this and take this f6 pawn. Somehow he can't bring his rook on that some other position to defend this. So see, what I did, I thought my rook was defending that. Very bad. Just I'm trying to calculate in my mind, I'm not seeing the board so much. But I will say I have 2 pawns against his figure. Just, how could I do that? No problem. This pawn is hang. And, okay, he missed. Missed this, okay. If he takes a4 pawn, that should be pin and he will lose a figure from there. Rook a6, because rook b5, just... I will send you challenge just after this game, wait for it. Well, I accepted your friend request, I will wait for you. I believe d2 or f6 can be really great moves, just because d2 is kicking the bishop. I like that move. a5 is hang. Okay, if he not take, he will take. And he will take a pawn from there. Let's not let him do that. a7. And I will push this forward. And see, I am just even down a piece, but my position is great. Just if he not try to mate her, because my pieces are doing really great job on this queen side. Okay, I would like to push these pawns forward. My rook can't jump and defend this king side, but my bishop can. So just bishop c6. I will use this bishop as defender and the rooks as protector for this. Okay. Bishop g1. He will force me to go back. Let's push this forward. And I'm very happy to see just he hasn't any queen, because when he has just that should be loose. Is this mate or not? Probably not, because I'm bringing my king on f3. I open check, I can't take, but his bishop and the knight are hang. I think he's gonna lose something. Just see. Don't hang so much pieces, because there is very much risk that you will lose one there. What is happening there? He had so much time than me. He could actually think about that, but really great for me. This position is gonna be equal, because that pawn on h3 hang. But let's don't think about that. Just I like to go a position where his knight can't check me, okay? We have same pawns and same pieces, just rook against knight, okay? Let's push another pawn forward because, you know, just how could I just move my rook and go a3, a8 queen? That was under attack. I'm kicking his rook and see our pawn just gonna make new queen there. c7 and c8. And he hasn't even a check. I protected that white squares really good, so he can try to time me out, but that won't happen because we have +2 seconds in every move. I am gonna check. And okay, what I did. No problem. Anyway, that's winning. I was trying to do some pre-moves. He will lose this pawn, if not. I believe that should be mate. Okay, let's play that. We can't be just lose such a game. What is this challenge? Let's accept. 700 rated player, not bad. Just I think the problem that he's not getting higher. That's about calculation, you know, when you have such a rating, you need to think about calculation, try to calculate 3 or 4 moves and play much rapid games. That's the key about chess, and you need to memorize some positions. Just because if you can just calculate very well and you can't memorize, just you will forget what you calculated. That's the problem. There is happening really with a good players actually, you know. Let's defend d5. Knight a4 or not. Just I'm trying to bring the knight and f6 to kick the knight from there. Cheat bot mod. Barewach Beres. Fonses. I would like to go f6 to kick the knight from a5. But then seems he's pressuring my knight very well, but let's don't forget that pawn and also bishop defending very well, so I would like to kick the knight when you are seeing his figure is doing great job in your side. Try to kick that, which I'm doing. I don't care even if that pawns were double there, just if it takes f5 can work. Hello Murad. And I would like to go f5 to also defend a4 pawn, if he even tries to, don't know, do something about that, okay? Let's take with a queen. You know why? Because I will try to bring my knight on g5. If he takes from g2 will be mate. Okay, he chooses to trade. I think that's still a really good position. Let's see if he gonna take the queen or not. He is missing the queen. Just how I said, the problem about calculation. Apresach beres shot. Yes, Elkes. He misses the queen, so you can resign and we will start new game with you, if you want just. We are about much 10,000 rating there, but let's don't forget that I was so much high rated, just my rapid reached 2200. Rook a1 can work and we will see. We are up full queens, so I would like to trade, and if it's not just rook d6, he's trying to do something about his pawn, but not a problem. We are getting this second rank, so we should win. Just rook a1 will be only move that will protect his position some moves, okay? Let's attack on this pawn, and we have another rook. We need to bring that in this figure, just that will be very hard for winning, so I'm gonna take this and bring probably on h file. Ինչպես կարող եմ քեզ գտնել այս ծրագրում։ Այնտեղ մարդկանց նշան երկու հոգի, դա ընկերների չէ, հենց մարդկանց գտնելու լիստն է, մտի այդտեղ ու գրի անունս Աթինյան, հեսա ներքև է գրածը։ Այդտեղով որ մտնես անունս poisk տաս, կգտնես ինձ։ Հա, կխաղամ։ Մենակ թե rapid ճուղարկես, շատ ուշ չեղնի։ Blitz bullet, ինչ ուզես։ How I said, let's bring the rook on that h file. And okay, that was tricky one. You see, just there should be made h7 and that should be protected. He's trying to check, but because his side is not very defended, he didn't need to do that. But even I'm not taking with a check, so let's not do that. Let's not blunder this. But how can I defend g7? Very crazy game. Let's sacrifice the rook. Very well, why not? Ապրես աղբերս, շնորհակալ եմ. And with a sacrifice the rook, we are going to mate after some moves. Let's do that pre-moves. Even we can not to take his rook, just mate. Let's be wait. He played really good just because he has really good chess understanding. He will gonna have really great yellow. Just he missed one move and that cost him for queen. Okay, we are gonna win this. Ապրես աղբերս, հա խոսակցականս լավ է գրա, որը ստքան չէ, բայց հա լավ է, ինչ ա եղել. Okay, I'm gonna make a new queen there, and because his king can just escape, from there should be made. And if he sacrifices the rook for that pawn, I will do that pre-moves and you will see. Just let's bring this and make a new one, okay? And rook a1, I would like to take his rook with a check. I will fork that. Okay, and mate in 3. He resigned. Okay, let's wait for another challenge. Who wants to play next? Հա աղբերս, այնա ոնց որ քեզ գտա, սա էլ challenge ուղարկեմ, կամ էլ դու ուղարկի։ Let's wait for challenge and continue this game. Three plus 2 as Blake sent challenge. Very high red hit actually. 1600 isn't just a joke. Αχπέρες. Bro thinks he's Carlsen. Why all my viewers saying that? Yes, why not? I would be happy if I were Carlsen. But unfortunately, I'm not. Knight f6. This d5 hang, okay? Not hang, just we traded. And because I took that before, just, you know, he did that for save this d4 pawn, and he tried to kick that from central square, okay? And now I'm gonna castle. The knight defended and all defended in my position, so I don't like even ways to move to go back, and I'm not sure. Let's bring h6 or not. From h6 I tried to defend g5, but because that's overprotected, I would like to bring another one there. Just, I need to bring more defender on it, because if not, if I move the knight just from f7, he will take and fork there. Let's see, probably knight c6 and a5, because his bishop, his queen are doing great job on that diagonal. I would like to trade that. This can happen, okay? He sacrificed a pawn, now I'm up a pawn. If we take the knight, just, he could even not to take the knight back, and bishop, okay? Is we are missing something or not? I think yes. Or not. I'm not sure. Let's play b5. Because if I take right away, just I would be down a piece. But where I'm playing b5, just if bishop take, I will remove that defender from d5 knight, okay? And just take, and because that should be pin, I will try to bring another rook. Let's not forget that he sacrificed the rook there. So I won't be down a piece. If queen takes, that should be much easier. The knight will drop immediately. So let's wait what he will play there. I think bishop takes will be a great move, you know? Which he is doing. Let's take the knight, our rook is under attack, but because I'm attacking on his queen, there can't be any problem. He still can't take, okay? His rook is undefended. His queen is undefended. What about rook a6? I'm trying to remove his defender, just he's defending the bishop very well. And then I will take that. Just let's be sure we are kicking that. If I were white, I will try to attack on the rook, because if I take, that should be tricky, you know? And what should I play? Is it defended or not? Just bishop a4, rook b4, I will take it. But bishop c6, rook c8, that's very tricky. I think he can't defend. Rook b1, another rook. Okay, if I take f7 will be hang. He will take with a queen. We don't need to care about that. Okay, take it. We will up exchange there. And that's still defended position. I don't care about that pawn. We are winning bishop bishop. I would like to trade the queens and... okay, he take that pawn. His queen will be very tricky position like that. I will try to trade that because d4 is hang, but for some reasons I can't take. Okay, I think you... I understand why you said that. Well, I wish I be. I'm not saying I'm Bobby Fischer, I'm saying about my legend's name. He's legend. Okay, I lost so badly. Just I was up exchange, how that could be. Another challenge, let's accept. Another 1600 rated player, you see? Ես եմ քեզ շնորհակալ, շատ ուժեղ խաղացիր ախպեր ջան. We are playing Vienna Gambit. We will trade. And because not now, see my rapid rating is so high there. Just my rapid rating isn't like my blitz. We can trade. I would like to sacrifice the bishop and check from g5, but he can't take with a queen, you know? Because my queen even be under attack at the time. Did they made some moves ago? No, we didn't miss. I don't believe that. But anything can be, you know, just because there weren't so much pieces and because probably you are saying about this position. I'm not sure. For that, there is just 0.1% I missed that mate, if there even be. It was textbook straight. I don't know. And queen g3. Okay, c2 will be hanged, but I will sacrifice the rook and take on a5. Because if a5 will lost, f7 will be hanged, you know, and if he takes the rook after this, I think he will blunder this game. Ախպերս իմ արմեկը, եթե կուզես խաղաս ուղարկի, եթե չէ, դու գիտես. But what if we sacrifice the bishop first? Let's think about this. Well, let's sacrifice the bishop, not the rook. The rook is 5 point. If he takes, I have open check. If he not takes, just I'm not sure, my bishop was under attack and also the rook. Can I take or not? Let's not do that, just queen f3. Well, because from f7 I'm trying to mate. And if it's not, just we will see how he gonna defend. His queen is under attack and queen d7. I think he will play 10 d6. Very good move. See that if he takes, that should be fork and I will take the queen. If it just, he can't move his queen somewhere to defend, also f7. And I'm gonna make mate from there. And that should be losing position for him. I'm going to mate, okay? Just queen can't move just for defending, that's f7. Let's see what he will gonna play. I believe he can't defend and even Stockfish can't defend. That's not about him. And that's completely sacrificing a pawn. What if check? King d8, check with a pawn. And if the knight takes, just his bishop will be hang. I would be up 2 pieces there. At the time, just king c8 will lose immediately. I will make a new queen and force him to take. Okay, he took with a knight. Bishop is hang and rook will be hang. And even d7 is undefended, so I would check from there and take his queen. Rook a8 to sacrifice exchange there. I think only move. He's probably missing that. Let's protect the rook. And rook on that 7th rank to try to take this pawn. Well, he resigned. I have really much respect for him. Just some players are playing until last move, you know? There is no challenges. Okay, let's play new game. Just what is happening here? Ah, okay. a4. And he resigned. And he resigned the rook. We have Vienna Gambit, let's play. Hello, Svetlana. I would like to play Vienna Gambit. Okay, bro, I will wait for your challenge. No problem. Let's play f4, and if he takes, just d4 can be moved after that. Because I'm completely sacrificing this pawn, that's... I didn't create that's Vienna Gambit if some players don't know. Because I know when I was the immediate player in this chess, you know? Because that pawn won't defend f4, my pawn will jump d4 and kick his bishop from that way, because his bishop somehow is doing great job, which I would like to take. I can't castle and I can't bring on that diagonal. So I'm gonna take, and if it's not just all that squares are defended. If I take, I believe that should be trade, and even my pieces will be really great placed. Can I say send 10-minute challenge? Just I will be happy if you send blitz or bullet like 5 minutes. But okay, not a problem. Send 10 minutes if you want. Not a very much problem, but I would be happy to see blitz. d4, d3, just I'm not sure. I can't castle, and even I don't need, because kingside is overextended. Why I'm playing so hard against arm terror? Queen e2, and I will trade, okay? And even knight g5. I will bring the knight on f7, trap his rook, because in this position his bishop is under attack. Okay, thank you, Pages Khan. Please wash your hands before you touch the water. Okay, really good. Just because water is very unclever at these times. In Russia there is just 2% water that drinkable. I'm not from there, but I just know that fact. Let's attack on his pawn. I would like to take. He's defending, but I would like to bring my knight in a very good square. a5. We will trade, and my pawn on d4 will be just, I'm gonna say, isolated, okay? Try to not create isolated pawns, because they are very weak. And let's see, my pawn chain is really good. Try to keep it all the time. He can check to get its second rank, but anyway, he has to take with a knight to not lose that. And even he won't lose, just he should be up a pawn. Oh, he's trying to mate. He calculated that very well. I don't want to bring my rook on h1 to defend that. that will be in a really bad square. So he has a little bit pawn weaknesses. I'm gonna try to take that. Because my king is doing really great job in the center, that should be easy to play for me. Let's bring bishop f4, that's still defended. Let's see how much good when you have connected pawns there. If he takes... okay. Not a problem about that, because my pawns were on that dark square, and I will say that's a little bit blocking my position. Fighting king. Okay, king from Sparta. This pawn is hang, he's up a pawn, but because my position is great, I will say, I will try to bring it back. We have a problem, ladies and gentlemen. Just if he trades the knight, b2 will be hang. Okay, what a tricky player. Very much tricky player. How he just saw that moves. So he will gonna take the knight from me, okay? He played really correct that game. Well, another challenge. Let's accept. And knight f6. Let's open that and bishop d6, okay? His bishop is hitting in a really good diagonal, so that's why I'm gonna trade it. Ապրես ախպերս քեզ շատ լավ ես խաղում։ Շատ լավ հաշվում ես քայլերը։ If I take the knight, I will plunder one of my figures. Let's not do that. Now you resigned. Well, I resigned. Very sad, but my followers are playing like Fidel against me. They are playing very good, you know, even that 700 rated player. I have a very difficult position when I'm even trying to win him. I just won one game with with really hard. Just if he didn't plunder his queen, that should be even drawn position, you know. Well, let's get this straight. a5 is hang. If he takes, I will bring my knight because I went it back to get some trade, and let's don't forget his knight were in a5, so he was attacking so much on my square, so I tried to just kick that with f6 pawn. He's trying mate, but if h6 he will sacrifice the bishop and that mate will be anyway. Okay, let's do that. I think I can handle that. Your knight and bishop is overdeveloped and you're under attack. My bishop? You are saying about this bishop? Yes, that's in a very good position. That's hitting my pawns and the knight. Not a problem. I just, how I said, I brought it back. f6 to kick that knight from there. Պարզ է ախպերս, առաջի կարգային իրական ռեյտինգը 1920, հա? Մալադեց, լավ բարձր է։ I don't think I will lose that. He sacrificed a piece and I'm up a piece. I'm just gonna get that queen trade. I will handle that. My attack isn't so good, but my defense, I will say that's really good. I will prove that. Let's trade the queen send. And if he's not even wants that, because when I took that knight before queen g7, just that should be under pin, and f4, just I would lose the knight. Yes, thank you. Second Nation chess. I'm gonna get this trade because his bishop was hitting in a really good diagonal. What should happen? I'm not that much force, I will say, because the knight and rook against the queen, we will reach that position. My opponent is like Stockfish. Stockfish is a bot too. He's playing really good. Just he sacrificed the bishop to bring his rook on g3. So much pressure, but goes for trade, what I need. Okay, don't say about him like that, okay? See, he took the queen from there. I don't say I'm much worse, but anyway. Ախպերս առաջի կարգեմ, այս այլ ռեցինք կհանեմ. G2 is hang. I believe he can't defend. Just G3 he will lose the rook. What I have? Just queen and bishop against bunch of pieces, two bishops, one knight and the rook. And I'm gonna take that. My position is really good and tricky. That looks like a position where I just had 3 pieces against the queen. I sacrificed for 2 pieces and I took one. And there is one thing that I don't like in my position. My pieces isn't that much protected, you know? Just if he somehow check, he can take that pieces. That's why I'm a little bit worried about. I'm trying to keep this pawn alive, because if it's not just, he can check and take bunch of pieces from me. I would like to check and force him to take his queen. That's not unclear. I see mate in 16. Yes, I'm so proud for you. Back or not? Can I trick him? I think I can. Okay, that was a check, okay? I just tried a check and sacrifice my rook on g1 and probably try to take the queen. The only thing that I'm happy to see, that all pieces are now defended. But his queen is hyperactive. His queen is just so bad for my 16 material of pieces. That should be really hard battle. Well, I'm very nervous I'm gonna get that second rank. I will pressure him square on f2, just because he has a queen that's very tricky, but because he has only 2 pieces against my 4 pieces, I can just put more pressure than he can defend. That's the worst thing against the queen when you are playing positions like that. Rook c7, I think rook c2, which I played, and knight g4. Okay? If we check, that should be okay. Let's play knight g4, because from g4 that knight is defended, and d3, probably he can try even to take that somehow. Put your rooks together and pick up the pawns. I can even try that, but not position like that, because I'm trying to force him some moves. That's not about pawns. I am trying to overpressure f2 pawn and force him to mate. And because I will force that, he needs to just sacrifice a piece, you know? I will bring my knight on d3. That should be a little bit hard for bring another rook into the game. His queen was also trying h5 check, but I saw that position. He can't continue that. How he found that move, I am sorry about that. How he could that? Varun Yadav. Well, you can challenge me, not a problem. Okay, his time running off and running out, I think that's the only way I'm gonna win him. He played very cool this game. Let's send him draw offer. I can't win this on time, you know? He's not accepting. Come and send me challenge. Just I'm not sending anyone a challenge. Why is this? Is that lag or not? Okay, I saw a challenge. Let's accept. That's rook was queen. He might be 700, but high players see the value. Yes. Okay, I missed that challenge. Who challenged me? Ah, sorry for that. That was accident. Well, you can say openings that you want to see. I will play in that openings. He would have won. Yes, just I was so much good, but because how I said queen is a really tricky figure. When I played against him Rapid or Classic, I think I should win that game really easily. Because when you are playing Blitz and you are on time pressure, you need to calculate fast, probably 2 or 3 moves maximum. That's why I was a little bit worried about that. Okay, I tried to jump before and he did try to protect that square. So I can't lose this game, I just lost him 2 times. What is your ID? My ID is right on below. Find me and play with me if you want. I would like to bring my knight on a4 to block his queen and bishop, but somehow he's over pressuring that. So rook a1, I think he will do that. What if queen b6? Queen b6 because I would like to bring my bishop back and get traitor. And because queen were on that position, just I had to take with a queen or bishop and that a8 would be closed for me. Okay, he's sacrificing the knight for mate me from h7, king f8 and like this. But also my queen is under attack. Very bad. How can I defend? If I move my queen, just he will take the knight. And I should gate mate. Ah, very hard. How can I protect that? This or not? Let's resign. How he's playing really cool these games. Let's send him rematch, play with him one more game. Let's open with d4. Catalan defense. Well, how I just could miss that. Catalan defense, and let's explain it. I'm sacrificing this pawn to get this nice bishop on that g2. But he's playing really good to bring his bishop on b7, because somehow if I try to activate my bishop, just that should be trade over there. So I brought my rook on a1 and then the knight to go a4, but if I go a4 right away, he will take that defender. And you know, a4 would be hang. a4 even won't work. Oh, probably queen c2 and then a4. I like to play that move because I would have really great center there. a5 and I will kick the knight from f6. And knight d5 can happen. The only way that should be a mistake, the knight on d5. That will hit so much targets there. But what if d5? Let's pin this and a5, okay? If we go back g5, he will trap my bishop, but what if I sacrifice queen back? The knight will be defended from another knight, so I can't do anything there, right? And because my piece isn't active on that king side, I don't need to trade. With that pawns, I mean. a4 can be a really great move. I will try to destroy his pawn structure. What if d5? Okay, d5 is overprotected. And d5 just... I don't want to give him that d5 square completely, so in either position I would like to go a5 to also open my queen diagonal. Probably in the future try to take this pawn. This pawn was hang, I was tried to take. And even a6, he can defend it with different ways. I'm gonna open the bishop, and my knight is doing great job. I didn't play that so much times because that should just trade, okay? When this knight was in d7. I will wait until he will take, but I'm gonna say he blundered this pawn or not. Bishop d6. Ah, okay, I missed that. Sorry chat, I missed that. How much is your relo? Sigu Nation chess. That should be really high to find that move. But I can't do even now or not, just if he takes with a queen I can't. How I could miss that. Very bad. And because his king side isn't defended, I will try to take something from there, but also there is no pieces that I can attack on his position, right? If I just get the trade. 2000 on Blitz. Very good. Nice to meet you. I'm 2200 as rapid. But hello, check it out. In rapid game, when I am just seeing the game only that I'm playing and not speak, not just do other thing, just I'm unstoppable. He's pushing forward, even not trying to defend. What if we trade and bring this bishop on d4, because that will hit on g7. I can try to attack on there. Really good challenge. Probably same rating as you. I will take the pawn. I took the knight because that all dark squares was defended. I couldn't make advantage from that. Well, if you want to play, send me challenge. That should be a really interesting battle. Let's take this pawn. Okay, I don't believe can be anything bad for me. Oh, my time is running. We have +2 for every move. g2 is overprotected, so somehow he can't mate from g2, which I'm afraid all my games when they pawn on that f3. That's why he's trying to trade. And if he trade, he should mate. And let's trade with... And let us to trade that to bring the rook. Okay, f3 is just very well defended. Still I can't take. I would like to trade. That should be drawn position. And that should be really easy to play. If we trade the queens. But I don't think he will gonna trade it, you know? I will play h4 because even now he can do peg checkmate. That should be some trick, even my time is a little bit low. That should be hard. King h2 right away or not? Probably not, because f2 would be undefended. What a move, just... Sorry, man, but I had to do that. I'm very happy to see this, but sorry about that. 3-1, that point. I haven't challenged. My elo is 622. Not very bad. You need to just play more endgames and try to understand chess, not openings, because very much players in your rating just trying to learn openings because they are getting trick on that opening. Hello, bro. You need to learn endgames more and also try to calculate more hard and try to play more rapid games. I think that's all you need to know. I defended that g5, so I would like to bring my bishop on e6, because if I do that right away, just, you know, knight g5 and my bishop would be under attack. I'm sure he's trying to sacrifice, but I'm not sure what I need to play. I just started playing a month ago, and that means that 600 rating is there really good. Just very much players playing 1 or 2 years, just they hasn't rating like that. I'm proud of you. Are you from Armenia? Do you speak Russian? No, I'm not speaking Russian, but I understand Russian. You can write Russian. I think I will understand that. We can get bishop trade. I'm forcing his knight to go back and take his bishop. Okay, he's taking bishop first. I believe my pawn will drop. Knight a4. Just, I don't know, I need to take... Not, probably not. It will be a good experience and learning to play with you. Yes, um, I think that too. Because when you are playing a rated player, you are learning more from him, and that's it. I am playing chess since 2018. 8 years. I'm playing 8 years. Let's take or not. If I take, just my knight will be under attack. I would lose that figure. Hello, Mr. Croissant. Even that's auto-translate, but I can understand Russian, just I can't speak. You are from there, right? I would like to go a4, just for trade, and also c4 will be a little bit unprotected for him. And from b3 I would like to jump there, but that should be unprotected. And what if b6? Also my pawn structure would be good at the time. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, St. Petersburg. Well, really good city. What are you thinking about your city? I think really great. Just we have really much Armenians that they are living there. I'm a huge fan of Vichy, Sir and Magnus. I wanna be like them. My idol is Bobby Fischer and Magnus. I think Fischer was a really great at his time. He was up from second place to 120 points, and for that time that's really hard to gain elo. You know, there is no computers and there is just humans who are created there. That's Stockfish, I mean. You gave free knight him, is that where I gave him free knight? Oh my god, what I did? Just I thought my queen on d8. Just all my games. My queen is just doing great job there, right? Okay, I missed that. I am accepting the proof. Красивый город. Yes, I like that city too. I wish I will be there one time. Yash Gaming. Okay, find me on chess.com, write my username Athenian and send me challenge. We will play. Բարև Արմեն ջան, ոնց ես ախպեր? He can try to go that d6, so I'm gonna try to trade these pawns. And he can't jump. Hi Yash Gaming. Can you play tactics like Michal Tal, which sacrifices all pieces and shuffle the pieces, okay? But somehow that moves are working. He was just great about that. No players didn't play like him. He was a legend too. Yes, I will try to play like him, but I think I will lose that games, you know, when I played like him. Okay, my rook is trapped. Love ախպեր, սապրես շատ. I'm speaking with 3 languages, you know, Russian, English and Armenian. Not speaking, just even understanding, if not. We Armenians are saying how much languages you know, how much people are you. Just we have that. I am trying to create mate on g2, so if he moves the knight, that should be losing blunder for him. Okay, I'm gonna lose on time. I just did a move that's not lose on time. I didn't thought about that. В каким городе ты живешь? I am leaving Vanadzor. Lori, Armenia. That's north of Armenia. H5. I still haven't any hope to win this, but anyway. Just I think my only hope will be to take this pawn, which I did. King d5 to see that knight 3 on that c5. And the time I can move the knight, so I wish his time will be. My knight will be really tricky at the time, when his time will get low. Хорошо, брат, хорошо. Առաջի կարգ եմ, այս այլ ռեցինգ կհանեմ. I can defeat you sleeping. In my dream? I'm not sure, because in my dreams even I did some puzzles. You know, when I am thinking about very much a puzzle, like I couldn't solve that, it just happened. When I thought about that. And in my dream, for sure, just I can't understand how that happened, but I solved that in my mind, in my dream. Can play with me. Okay. Let's search you and send you challenge. But I believe I have another challenge, so I accepted his challenge. Okay, if you can, just please wait. And before that, you can search me if you want. Just that's my username. And are you really CM or not? That would be crazy game if you be. Let's bring the pawn, okay. And probably bishop b5, try to go d5 and take the knight. My username is Satinian. Wait. I wrote that in the comments. Search it and send me challenge. Hello, Misha. This is protected. I would like to defend g4, and I think I'm doing all my games like that. My players are, my viewers are playing really great, you know. Just 16 and 1700 players are doing great job. Bishop g3 or not? What if I bring the queen? Knight a5 also can work. I will just bring my pawn on a5 and kick the knight. Even if he takes the queen, I mean that would be trade. Knight back, and that should be okay, but I would try to kick the knight from f6 for some reasons. Because the knight on f6 is a really great protector in his position. h7, h5, all that squares are defended. So I'm trying to trade and weaken that squares. That second time he missed, but in that opening he played great, I mean. And now I'm gonna take the knight, and after that I should take the pawn. Well, he defends. What if knight a5? If he takes, d5 will be open. I would like to bring the rook and win this. Let's see, can it work or not? Let's bring the rook, okay? He's offering trade, he's doing right, I mean I'm up a pawn, so I don't like to trade anything. Just if that were a move ahead after that, I would reach g3 and check. Just queen g7 can work. You're rating low. I understand when he was sleeping, right? Nie, no jest. Wracam. J5. Rook g3 if we not to take. Let's take it and check from g3, okay? This g7 is completely protected from me. So I would like to bring it on g7. Let's trade the rooks. His rook on a8 isn't doing anything, so I would like to trade that. Առաջի կարգին, առաջի կարգ չէ, դու էլ ասեցիր։ Որտեղ ա լինելու այդ մրցումները Երևան? Well, the difference is now he can't take. That's the pin. CM vibe half. I will send you challenge after this game. Wait for me. And okay, my position was so active. That's why I take the bishop. Rook d7 even can work because somehow he can try to make trouble from this side of the board. Bagada it's okay. Are you here? I'm gonna send you challenge. But I afraid that if you were asleep, just how can I send you challenge? Accept and sleep after that, okay? Anyway, let's send. From India. My 50% followers are from there. Okay, that's his rating. But I mean, he just mean that I will win him with a when I will be asleep or he. Yes, I mean that. Okay, I'm waiting for challenge if anyone wants to play. There still isn't challenge. Okay, let's cancel that. I think he's gone. Let's open with a4 this time. And Vienna Gambit, okay? Well, he was weak. I thought he was just really CM. But he's not. իջևանեմ, իջևանց ես էլի, հա? Let's take or a5. Because a5 I will kick the knight. And I'm forcing him to go back. I'm gonna take this pawn. And the knight. My pawns will be double there, but also I would create huge pawn structure there, which will protect all that line. d3 castle. Okay, bishop b2, he will take this c3 pawn, but I would like that. Now I'm going to make this. I'm sacrificing the rook. He didn't take, because if he takes, I will sacrifice the knight and check and take his queen. His kingside is a very weak, just I'm trying to sacrifice his dead pawn and try to win this. What if I take and take? I will sacrifice the knight and then the bishop. Rook trade if he take. Let's sacrifice that 2 pieces. Because I'm trying to open my rook on that f file. And that should be a great idea. Because this rook isn't doing anything, I would try to bring it right there. Probably he will trade because his rook is under attack. Or he's preferring to defend. If I take, I will get mate. ախպերս, այս պրծնեմ ու challenge ուղարկես, հա? Queen back or not? Thank you for Sketcher. Appreciate that. Don't be so easy or hard to defend, because only advantage I have, that's activity, but I think that's the main thing. Rook a1, okay, I would like to go f7 or somehow if I get that, I'm in 7th rank, that should be really easy to do something. But I didn't get that. And bishop back, because with queen sack he would do that backrake checkmate. He's trying to deactivate my position. Why I sacrificed the knight, and also I sacrificed the queen at the time. He just couldn't take that, if you are remembering that position. Really hard for play. Armen ջան, սպասում եմ challenge-ից. Let's resign this. I don't sure that if he even wanted to trade, and after that trade, that's so unclear what I need to play after that. Armen ջան, challenge-ը ուղարկում ես? Սպասեմ դեռ. I think he disconnected. Let's play another one there. a4, okay. I like that a4 move. Let's bring these pieces. And you know how to play. Say your username and let's see who can play or not. And we will see that how we saw that CM, what was his name, when he said that he will beat me sleep. That should be same thing, you know. When you are missing something, that doesn't mean you can't play or not. Even Magnus Carlsen blundering sometimes with queen fork against Alireza Firouzja. If you saw that game, if not, just I don't know. His king side is closed, so I would like to get some trade. What if the knight? I would like to force him to trade, because if he do that, f-file will be open. So if that will be open, just, you know, queen f2 and I will get that. That's why he's not taking. And I can try to bring my pawn on f5. Trade this, okay? But I think that's no won't work, I will lose a pawn there. He's overprotecting f5. And what if we just move forward? Okay, that should be nice position, I believe. Հարմեն ջան, մենակ հիշացրա ինչ ակու username-ը ուղարկեմ. Let's take this, also f6 could be moved, but if f6 just this will be blocked. I couldn't make advantage from there. If I check c6, I have to go back. Three, okay. I will save this pawn structure. And what if knight? Because c6, how I say it when I go there with my bishop, and d6 will be hang if he tries to do that. But I believe he's not. f7 is just protected from his bishop very well. I would like to trade that, and if it's not, he can't take with a queen, and with a pawn he will lose a piece. He wasted so low time for that, he's trying to time me out. Let's don't get time out. Is he trying to make a draw or not? What if rook f1? What should we play? Probably open the center, because I will say his position is defended. Let's sacrifice the knight, because if we don't make the position like that, just he will win on time. We wasted so much time. Thank you for that nice tactic. Okay, how I expected, I plundered. Hike back. Okay, I'm sending challenge. Oh, I had challenge let's play, and Արմեն ջան, ես տեսա, որ Չեսկովի մեջ ջեր ինձ թվում այլ ինչ-որ խնդիր է։ Ստե մի հատ challenge ունեի էլի ուղարկի։ Եթե կարաս մի հատ էլ այդ ուղարկես, սրանից հետո եւի շատ ես ուղարկեմ, դրա համար չի թողնեմ։ Bishop c4 and knight d5 to centralize my pieces. Okay, that's why you don't need to bring your queen early. I would bring the queen on d4 if he takes, and that should be a mistake from him. g7 is hang. I know he would hang that. Bishop a5 won't work, you know. His rook is hang, and then the knight will be hang, and I'm hanging mate. He saw the mate and he defend all that threat. Let's sacrifice the bishop. Hoary boy. Okay, I will play next game with you. Find me on chess.com and send me challenge. We sacrificed the bishop, if you see that. And he misses the knight. Very well. I am waiting for challenges. Armenjan wants for daily chess common chess. Տեսնեին չա եթե կարս ուղարկի էլի։ Հաղբերս ուզում եմ ուղարկեն, բայց ասում ա chess com-ի մեջ չես։ Ուղարկի chess com-ի մեջ մնա, հաջորդը ուղարկեմ։ I will play d5. Okay, he blundered that. So queen f6, attack on his rook. Started attacking on the knight, probably he's gonna miss that. And b4, okay. He's missing the bishop, probably he thought that was defended at the time. I'm gonna d5 and bring the bishop out. Bishop d6 probably. Or even g4 is saying probably I can try, and because he's missing some really good figures, I think he will push that pawn forward somehow. He's not thinking, just playing. You know, he's just 100 rated player. Oh, okay, sorry what I did. Just that should be a little bit hard for him. Probably he's new player. That's why. Just we need to help him to get more high rated. That's the type of move Mikhail Tal plays now. Bishop b2. Mikhail Tal, but will trap my queen, I think. There is still not like Mikhail Tal move, but I think you are saying that about that red brilliance, I will say. New player playing with 2000 is crazy. He's my follower, I am playing with him for that. And that's educational channel, so I'm trying to help people to improve their chess skills. Probably he disconnected because there is not so much thinking about this position. What is he thinking? Well, let's wait, not a problem. We have enough time. Is it okay or not? What should we do? There is 25% people that saying that else in their favorite chess player. Write in the comments who that player is. Hello Geeky Gamer, how are you? Okay, he wasted 3 minutes and played the worst move he could play, and okay, what can we say? Just because that means he's resigning or not. I just played a brilliant move with the king. You castled or not? Because I have 1 or 2 brilliants when I did it with a king. I mean, I castled. Thank you, bro. I'm good too. The aura of playing a brilliant. Okay, let's mate and read. Playing brilliant with the king is unmatched. Yes, very good actually. Okay, let's because one person is waiting for so long for my challenge. Let's send him a challenge. And after that, Hori boy, I will play with you after this, okay? Find me on chess.com. I think you didn't find me yet. Ախպերս ուղարկել եմ challenge-ը։ Ընթոնի ու խաղանք։ E6 d5, okay? French Sicilian position. Gaming gambit. Okay, d5 can work. Knight a5 and probably g6. Let's try to do that. My ID is Athenian. Let me write. That's below on the screen. I'm a little worried about my knight. Okay, Hori boy. After this, I'm gonna play with you. That's 3-minute game, we will end this soon. I think very soon because he did trap. Okay, Geeky Gamer, I promise to play Hori boy next, so can you wait until I will finish with him? Let's bring bishop and rook a8, okay? Well, I get your friend accused. I'm trying to go knight d4 and we will see. That's pinned, he can't take. I'm trying to take his queen. He can take with a check and we will see what will happen. Oh, he missed his queen because I thought that his bishop and his queen would be under attack at the time. That's why I didn't thought that about so much to not to lose my pawn on h7. I'm gonna sacrifice the rook. Well, let's do that because that dark square bishop is a main defender for his queen side, I mean for king. My elo is low, so please don't judge. No, I'm not judging anyone. I am saying that anyone can be higher rated. I'm not judging anyone, I'm trying to help, not judge. I was waiting for that pawn sacrifice, and if he takes, he will plunder the rook. Let's take. Offer a draw, no problem. Hori boy, your turn. Send me challenge. You are a kind person, I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. You are kind too when you are understanding what is kindness, because very much people even don't know that. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Oh, his rating is so high. Let's play Sicilian defense. I will try my best. d5, okay, I will trade and get this center. Knight f6. Now I want to try challenging you as well. Okay, not problem. I will play with you too. I will castle, okay? And bring my rook on a8. Probably knight c6 and then rook a8. You accepted his draw. I hope he appreciates the point he got by working hard. Yes. I am motivating him. you know, when you have double pawns in the center, don't worry about that, because that gonna be trade like position like that. We need to defend c6 pawn first and then get trade here, okay? Դու ապրես ախպերս, հա այդ անուշադրություն է, որ միշտ կա սաղի հետ էլ պատահում է, պրոբլեմ չունես։ Bishop d6, his knight is in a really huge attack. Knight f3 I'm expecting, and my position is a really good, you know. I don't like my position all the time, but I think in this position really good. My knight is hitting so much squares on there, and that's not easy to jump and try to create some threat, you know. f5. a5, just I am defending, I will say overprotecting the knight on a4. Here's to YouTube geeky gamer. Are you doing YouTube? Are you uploading videos in YouTube or not? Or you're just gamer? And what game do you playing? War games, I think, or just Minecraft? Like, I don't know, Roblox. I like strategy games more. That's also helping me to play chess more fast when I am playing like PUBG. That's really helping me to be fast and calculate fast, because one mistake can change the whole game. Hi Nali Chess, how are you? And how you see, I opened this f5 to bring my rook there and try to hit on f2. He's trying to just take something from my pawn structure, okay, and that should be very weak if I take. Let's not do that. If he takes, I think just I can take, okay, but if he not take, I will play c5, and if bishop e3, d4, and his bishop needs to move, and at the time I will take this pawn on f2. I used to upload Minecraft shorts 3 years ago. And how much followers did you get? Probably not much, because if you just have so much followers, I don't think that any of them will quit. But you need to just not stop. Just when you are starting anything, you need to finish that. That's my advice. You cannot not to use that in life. Just I'm thinking like that. I'm doing all that when I started to chess streams. I asked me a question: am I gonna used to do that in some months or not, or I'm gonna be famous? I chose to be famous, not just quit. I can't get much subscribers. You can get, bro. Just I am remembering anything like this. When I started chess like 2 months ago in my first stream or second stream, I gained 0 viewer. You know, I streamed about 2 hours and I get only 0 viewers, or when I get 4 viewers, that was worth for me. Just I could broke and say that I don't want to be streamer. Just I'm gaining so much so much root from that YouTube algorithm doesn't like me. I could quit that time, but I didn't. I will start it again after my exams. Why you are doing exams for go to university or something like that? That's are the most hard exams in the school. Let's take, and we will see. Probably I will try to. Okay, if I take, my bishop will be hang. I would like to bring this bishop on a3 and somehow on c1 try to do something about that. And that's also pinned. We have to take. Can I trick him? I'm gonna try that. If d1 check, king g2 or h2, I will see that. King g2 will be mistake. Okay, the c4 pawn, just if there's that pawn burn that, I will check, and from d5 I will take the queen. Very pity. And I would like to sacrifice the bishop, but that should be with a check, or I should continue, or it not. I'm not sure, just if you want. That also should be interesting to you, and if it's not interesting, just you need to quit it. Because when I'm doing a thing, I like to that interested to me, because if not interested to me, just I will quit that. I like to communicate with people. I'm a friendly person. I don't know you understand that from my streams or not. And I like to communicate. Probably that's why I chose this to do streams. Okay, he's checking because from here will be mate. Just let's be sure we are not getting mate. And he will reputate these checks, and that should be draw. Let's just protect the queen. Because somehow he could even try to mate. That's why I afraid so much on down a pawn, but he was just very close to be made. But because that these bishops are dark square, his bishop is dark square and mine is white, I will say opposite side bishops, okay? And this probably will be drawn position. We have enough time, so I will make a draw here, probably. What if king f3? These pawns are protected, just he can't go that pawns forward, you know? That's white squares are protected, and his bishop just can't do anything about that for prevent me from taking if he moves somehow that forward. He needs to bring this his king forward and take something from there, but he just can't. Արմենջան, լավ անչքան ուժեղ հակառակորդների հետ խաղաս ընքան քո ակուտն այնքան ավելի շատ կսովորես. Between from how many years you are playing chess? I'm playing chess for 8 years. 8 really hard years. Probably he will try to sacrifice the bishop and go near with his king, and how I said, I'm not sure that will work or not. For his pawns I need to sacrifice the bishop. That should be at least draw, but I think I can make a draw, you know. That's not easy to prevent this bishop from taking pawns. That should be draw. I'm almost sure. Just if I not blunder anything, you know? Pawn b6 check, and I will force his king to go back to bring my king forward. That's why you need to learn endgames, because I just move my king over here. His another pawn will join and make some trouble in my position. Can I ask your country? My country is Armenia, like how my flag is saying that. Where are you from? Probably from India. My old followers, I will say from there. Okay, and he can't go a4 to protect this pawn. But if I go bishop back, king c3, if I take this pawn, I can't defend b7. Արմեն ջան, ես սպասում եմ ոչ մեկ չելենջ ուղարկի իրանցից, որ պետքա գնամ էլի, ուղղակի ասում եմ ամեքի հետ մի հատ խաղամ չնեղանան հանկարծ, զուտ դրա համար թե չէ ես մի կավարտեի, այ մի ուրիշ անգամ կխաղանք, եղավ? I would like to protect but not blunder anything. Well, you guess right. Okay, I know. I had so much followers from Vietnam, but I don't know where they are. I need to ask him from them when they are come sometime. Okay, let's reputate this position. I would like to take his pawns, but because he's not giving me that pawns, let's make a draw with reputation. Well, let's gain this. I am Nigerian. Okay. You are, I think, my first viewer who from Africa. Okay. And let's finish this stream. And I will play with you next time. And stay in my channel. Okay, Nasi Larpas. I promised him to play with him. Sorry, I thought about that. Եղավ Արմեն ջան, ապրեց սթրիմին միանալու համար ու կխաղանք մյուս անգամ. We have Vayna Gambit, I believe that should be over after this or not. Geeky Gamer. You want to play? Okay, after this send me 3-minute or 3+2 challenge. And let's end this stream for today. Okay? Let's play a5 and then knight f3. We will see. That's very looks like hello in Gambit. Why he blundered the knight. I will stay in your channel, I'm working, that's why I haven't challenged you. No problem, I would be happy to play with you, but anyway, if you can't, not a problem. Just be sure you are doing your job great. Or work, I don't know. We will play next time if you want. I'm happy to see great people like you in my channel. That's a pin. Can I play you next? I'm going to end this stream and I promised I will play, but okay. I will play with you too, but send me blitz or bullet, okay? No problem, I will accept it. Your friend request. Without bishop sack, it was winning. Winning for me or him? Knight a5 also can work because he has so very weak squares like d7 and f7. Let's try to get something from there, maybe bishop c6. But I don't like to trade something from here because he will bring his knight on active square. Very good move actually. Let's attack on the queen first and try to get something from here. If even we need to go back. When will you do stream? Next time I will come. In the same time I did. I will say, because the times isn't the same, I will say tomorrow, like I will do stream all the always on that this time and before half 2 and 2 hours plus 30 times before this. I think you understand that. This time and plus before 2 hours and 30 minutes back. Okay, you understand? That's my time, I will say. And this time I am gaining more viewers, and I don't know why when I am doing in another time just I'm gaining very not much viewers. I don't know why, just 300 probably. Bye Kiki Gamer, see you in my next stream. Մրցումների համար նայ քորեյտինգը այն կարգի է, որ պետքա դու ավելի շատ աշխատես կարնաս հաշվես։ Ուղղակի երկար մտածի խաղերիդ վրա ու աշխատի ինչ խաղեր որ խաղացել ես, դրանք քեզ ու քեզ անալիզ անես կամպյուտերով չէ։ Հենց դնես ու երկար մտածես, որ խաղը որ տեն մեզ ասենք կրվել ես, կարա իր դիրքդ պահես այդ դեպքերում։ I will try to make there what if f7 and I don't know how can I made him. From d8 won't work. I'm gonna be made there. What is he trying to do? But if I take queen g3, he will mate me there, I mean. But he didn't play that much bad, I will say, just how many moves we played. 33 games and he's still playing. That's very good a player like this rating. I am trying to mate him from b6. Okay, he moved, which I didn't expect, but anyway. Rook a5 check, please move your knight. Move your knight, I will mate from a5. He can escape from e6. I will take this pawn. His knight is under attack, let's double our rooks. I would like to play some pre-moves. Մի ժամ? Հա, լավ, այլ է, հագին ժամանակ է։ Դրա համար, որ կարնաս այդ մի ժամը լավ օգտագործես ու կարնաս հաշվես, դրա համար խորհուրդ եմ տալիս, որ երկար մտածես դոսկի վրա, թեկուզ խնդիրներ կամ վերջնախաղեր ավելի լավ կեղնի։ And I did some pre-moves, I'm gonna mate him. That's for sure. Well, good game. Very well played. Let's wait to see is there any challenge or not. Okay, I believe there is not. Let's end this stream. I will see you in my next stream. Thank you for joining my channel. See you in my next stream. Stay with me. Goodbye, everyone.